Alright, it is a cold and wet day today, but I'm still going to try and do a little bit of work on the van. I've got a few hours before I'm in work at 4 o'clock today. So what I'm going to do is try and start building some kitchen cabinets from the scrap wood out of this van. Let's see what I can salvage and try and make the most of it. So here we go. What do you think? I did this the other day. I had a couple hours spare, and I got a bit of white satin wood paint, and I've painted all the woodwork, all the plywood, nice and bright and white. I think it brightens up the van quite a bit. Not all the wood's going to be white painted, just pretty much the big surfaces of plywood. But it opens up the van quite a bit. I also put this white cotton on the top here to cover the last bit of the insulation. And now I'm going to build some overhead cabinets all the way along the top of here with some wood that was the bed in the other van. Hopefully I can reuse it all, save myself some pennies. Sweet. So this piece was half of the old bed and the LDV convoy. It was from when it was the hinged out bed, the first design bed, and then I reused it to make the full bed across the width of the back. And now I'm going to reuse it again. I'm going to cut it down a little bit, stick this side bit back on, so it's a nice solid frame for a shelf to go along the back here. This, obviously at the moment it's too wide, so I'm just going to slim it down a bit first and then screw it on. It's a bit awkward working in a confined space when it's raining outside, but if you want to do the work, what can you do? No, I'm just going to have to get wet. That's the first stage bit, the base of the shelf. I've now got to screw a batten to the metal ceiling supports, and then some plywood on the top and some plywood on the front. This might be a bit trickier than I thought. I might not be able to attach it to the ceiling because the steel might be too hard for me to drill and screw through, so let's think of some different options. So I couldn't attach it to the ceiling, and the shelf brackets I had are perfect 90-degree angles, and obviously the side of the van isn't a perfect 90-degree angle, so instead I've used a little bit extra of the 2x1 pieces of wood to brace up to keep it nice and level. So this is my solution. Just a couple of these, and now it's nice and flat. I've put on some ply on the top and extended it all the way down, all over the bed. So this area is going to be for food, and this area onwards is for clothes. Slowly but surely, using pieces of the old van now. Like this was off the old the old kitchen cabinet, and when I took the old kitchen cabinet down off the wall in the old van, it was so heavy. I didn't realise, like, as you're putting little bits on, adding small light pieces a bit at a time, it all adds up. So trying to keep it down minimal. I think this should be a lot lighter. This is going on there. Ready for the plywood to attach to. It is so rainy outside. But anyway, I've put some dividers in. Got 3 in at the moment. Just using the thin ply, the same thin ply that I used for the bulkhead, the 3.6mm. In the last van I used all pallet wood, so like this is like, I don't know, a 1/4 thinner, so it's going to be way lighter. I think I'm going to put another divider in here, just for, so like when I'm driving and stuff, all the food and that just doesn't fly all over the place. So one more in there, and then I can put the fronts on. So now I'm going to cut the holes out of the fronts of the ply that's going in the front of the cupboards, so ready for the doors to go over them. Same thin ply again. Let's get cutting. That's how it fits over. I've left it with a little lip overhanging here, so when I open the doors nothing's going to fall out, hopefully. I'll just screw this first section on and then do the other 2 bits, or maybe 3 bits. Okay, so that's half of the ply on the front, but now I've run out of time for today, so I've got to go and get ready to go to work. Hopefully I can finish it off tomorrow and maybe start the other parts of the kitchen. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Catch you in a bit. Yo, so it's day 3 of building this overhead cabinet. I've still got to put on this bit of the front of the cupboards. And then I think I'm going to paint it all white to keep the nice fresh bright look going on, and then I need to cut out a bunch of doors for the front of them. I'm going to go for the sideways opening doors instead of the lift up ones, because I don't want to buy all them fancy hinges to keep them open. And then kitchen worktops and stuff. I've got the day off work today, so I'm going to work. I've got a lot more time to work before I go for a session on my BMX. Yeah. I'll have to cut out that little bit of pallet wood, I think. Cut it out or just leave it because it's going to get caught by a door. Yeah, just leave it. Okay, so the bulk of this overhead kitchen cupboards is done. I'm not going to paint it just yet or put the doors on. What I feel like doing at the moment is getting cracking with the main bit of the kitchen. I've just pulled in the water tank from the other van, and I'm going to go and scrounge a few more bits now I'm going to show you the sorry state the other van is in. I'm going to try and salvage as much as I possibly can out of it, but at the moment it's looking pretty sorry for itself. Well, the bed's gone, most of it. Shower's still the same because it never got finished in the first place. I took out all the insulation that was behind this cladding here, and the same here. Oscar's bed's still there, but I'm just keeping that bit there now to keep it safe. And now I'm going to try and strip out and save as much of this kitchen area as possible, because there's a lot of good little bits of wood in here, and it's roughly around the same shape and size as what the other van is, so let's try and sort it out. I managed to undo the whole kitchen pretty much, get it all out as well one big frame. I'm going to readjust it a little bit because I want it slightly bit different than the next van, but I'm just going to take it out now. So obviously this isn't the same van, it's a little bit of a different shape and size, so I'm just adjusting little bits to go in, but so far so good. Lost a couple of a few centimetres off the back here, I've had to trim it down, but it was just sticking out too far, it was a bit too intrusive. But I've got longer countertop space, which means I'll have longer space on this side here, so the kitchen's actually way bigger, which is going to be sick. Nice flat spot on that side there for preparing my meals and stuff like that. Getting excited about this now. Forgot to film for a bit then. Here's where I'm up to. The sink's in. I've took out the hot tap because I'm not going to be having a water heater in this build. Obviously because I'm not having an inside shower, like a permanent inside shower, so no need for a water heater. So I've took the hot tap out. I'm going to get a nice plug to cover that hole up, and I'm just going to have running cold water. If I want hot water, I'll just boil a kettle. So that's it there now, the worktop. And now I've just got to put the other half, which is probably going to go to about here. And just enough room to leave left over for the wood burning stove to go up. So here we are, I think it's day 4, and it's another cold morning, and it is about to rain again. I'm just going to quickly show you what I have done so far. It's coming together quite nicely now. So here we have it. Kitchen worktops are all on, just need staining and treating, and now I need to build a shelf in here and some doors of some kind. I need to secure the water tank and do something around this fridge area, maybe some like little shelves in there. I think there might be some like little metal baskets lying around in the house actually that might fit in, which will be quite sweet. Also here is going to be the platform. Here's going to be the platform for the stove to fit on, and underneath inside is where I'm going to fit some wood for burning. Obviously I need to get some aluminium to cover over the top part of that and insulate the back wall here, and probably the side of the cabinet, and maybe even on the inside of the door as well, a sliding door. I mean, the stove is only really small, it's like this wide, really skinny thing, so like it will have a lot of good space around it, but you know, better to be safe than sorry. I'm just going to jump into the other van now again and strip out some more scrap wood so I can get cracking with this. What a mess. a whole 6 months of work destroyed. But it's all for a good cause. What I love about working with wood is that it's so versatile. I mean, this wood's probably been like 3 things before it came to this point, and now it's just getting recut and re-screwed into something different. You can just make whatever you want with it. It's so nice to work with. So, it is lashing down with rain yet again. Every day I'm working on the van it seems to rain, and it really puts a dampener on things, literally. And I need to cut some wood outside, and I can't use any electrical. I can't use my jigsaw because I need an extension lead for that, and it's getting wet. And yeah, I've got to go and do other stuff now, so I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'll just show you what I've done. So I've got this shelf in here, and I've also got this wood here, which is recycled bits of fence panel left over from when I made a fence for my grandparents last summer. Just pine, nice and light, loads of offcuts of it. So I'm using it for the front of the kitchen area and the side here, and then I'm going to use it for the doors of the unit as well, the doors of the cabinet, cupboard, whatever you want to call it. I also used it for the bed slats, so it came in quite handy. I'm going to paint it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to paint it like just yet, but that's it for now. Probably a longer video than usual. I hope you enjoyed it. It's came along quite far since when I started, which was building this, and now I've got all of this, so it's come together quite quickly. Finish this off, do me plumbing, do me electrics, do me fire, 2 ceiling vents, and then it's done. Oh, and carpet and table, done. And which hopefully shouldn't take too long. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.